A couple of things around like just the sheer practicing of networking. Like if we did it before, we're just not comfortable with, and you have freedom too. It's like, your group, you talk a little bit about that. But anything that's out there, are there like networking groups that kind of practice these kind of principles with each other so people get
There
more
are
confident?
there are tons, all right. And of course, I'm going to lean in direction of my group because I've tried the tons of groups out there and I found that they're not as friendly and they're not as useful in terms of being able to practice the art and science of networking. Um, uh, because if you can't find a safe place to practice and hone your skills, you're going to go show up at an industry conference or at a big meeting somewhere where it's important to show up and show up well, and you don't want to make that mistake. And so I'm going to say the round table is the perfect place because I designed it personally to create practice areas for people to deliver their elevator speech and get the feedback they need to get, so they don't show up. They show up authentically, but they show up in a way that's going to be attractive, right? It's going to attract the people to the market they want to attract, and also get the help and support they need to get to build their own network. Instead of we're not trying to be, the roundtable doesn't try to be your network. We're trying to teach you the skills that you need to have in order to create the network that you need to have. That's the goal. And so it's a little private group. It's called the Roundtable. You can find us on Meetup. And I'll put the link in there. I don't even know if I can find it myself, but I'll put the link in the chat so everybody can see it. Also, though, I will say, you can network with your associations. I truly think your professional associations are the best possible networks, not your chambers of commerce, not your local garden club, not your Kiwanis club or your Rotary clubs. Those are all great places to network. But again, the purpose and the industry that you're trying to involve yourself in is probably, you're going to find more opportunities there than you're going to find in these other groups that are more like affinity groups, right? That are fun, and they might actually be there to serve the community and do great things in the community, and they're great places to be, but they're not going to get that job for you as much as your industry association. So I would go for your industry association meetings, even the virtual ones, even the ones that, are just online or whatever those things are. Those are great opportunities, but you're showing up with the message of that's meaningful, that's relevant, that's specific, and that's going to help others feel like that, like you're of value, and that you have meaning and purpose, and they're going to be more attracted to that. So you just have to ask yourself, do your own assessment. What do you bring to the table, really? You have to be good at that. You have to know what your gifts are, what your talents are, not just what's on your resume in terms of who you worked for in the past. What value do you deliver? And if you can't, there's a term I use in the roundtable, it's called benefit speak. If you can't talk to the benefits that you offer, nobody cares about the technical strategies or tech. I don't even use words anymore. I'm so used to talking about benefits that I don't even talk about standards and requirements anymore. But those things don't matter if they don't lead to a benefit. And you have to understand the benefits that happen when people get to collaborate, when people get to work with you. What do they feel? What can they achieve? What can they do as a result of the moments they shared and spent with you? If you can't articulate those things, then it's hard to share your value.